Hi nerds. This is probably going to be a relatively quick video, and I wasn't even going to do it, but someone said, hey, will you do a video of this? And I do my best to make people happy because I'm codependent. I'm just kidding. So, Wolf of Coins demanded and forced me to buy this deck. So I certainly didn't do it. I'm just kidding. So this is the Polish tarot by Aleksandra Jaśniak. I'm so bad at obviously pronouncing words that aren't English because I only speak English. And it looked really cool, aside from the backs, which have a very weirdly sort of 70s Vegas vibe to me. But this came in yesterday and I was gonna like dive right in and someone said, do an unboxing. And I said, okay. So I've been really anxious to open this because I have been anxious to see the cards. I actually didn't watch Wolf of Coins walkthrough because I wanted to be surprised. So that's how I roll. So now I'll probably watch it because I like watching other people's unboxings of things. It reminds me weirdly of opening cigarettes. It has that kind of like cigarette pull tab, or at least I haven't had a cigarette in like 11 or 12 years, but 2007, yeah, 11 years. That's how cigarettes open, with that pull tab. So I think it's all in Polish, but really thin cardstock. But again, you know, it's a deck that was produced. It's not like an indie deck. I got this on Amazon and it was not expensive. I don't know where it came from, but it was not expensive. Let us explore together, shall we? So it was really the colors and the vibrancy of the art that made me want to buy this, and it's Pip Tech. So, best of all possible worlds. So here's the Fool, and there's that back. It's so Vegas, isn't it? I guess in person it looks a little less Vegas-y. It's the artist's initials. It's reversible. It's, you know, I would just love for it to not have any embellishment on it. The Magician. Magician cards are always so interesting to me because I feel really drawn to them a lot of the time. And this is no exception. Ooh, look at that High Priestess. The Empress. This artistically and color-wise, oh, it's too far for me to grab. There's the Art Nouveau deck by an artist whose name I can't remember that I always called the like romance novel deck. From the artistic style of the Trumps, it kind of reminds me of that deck, but better. The Hierophant. The Lovers. It's got a very kind of Art Nouveau quality to it. The Chariot. Strength, which is 8 in this deck. The Hermit. Really cool. I really love this art. I really do. The Wheel of Fortune. That's funny. Wheel of Fortune cards I frequently hate, but this one has definitely got a level of something to it. It's got a kickiness. Justice. These colors are so beautiful. So nice. I'm surprised this deck isn't more popular. Maybe because of this ugly back. The Hanged Man. That's a beautiful death card. Hello, look at that. Look at the eyes. Oh gosh, this deck is really, really beautiful. I'm so glad that Wolf of Coins forced me to buy it against my will. The Devil. She didn't. I'm just being silly. The Tower. The Star. That's really nice. That's beautiful. Look at that. Oh my god, you guys, this deck is so pretty. I'm not wild about like the buff man and woman here. But whatever. It's still a pretty card. That's gorgeous. That's gorgeous. That's really nice too. So I literally just opened it, so I don't know what the order is going to be as we look through, but here's the King of Cups. Here's the Queen of Cups. The Knight of Cups. The Page of Cups. So we're going to go backwards through time. So here's the 10. 9. 8. So it is a pip deck, so I'll probably move through these pretty quickly. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Really pretty. Love the colors, love the richness. King of Swords. The Queen of Swords, who looks like Cher. If I could turn back time. Sorry. The Knight of Swords. He's also not unlike Cher. Definitely the suit of swords was designed by Bob Mackie. Here's the Page of Swords. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, whoops, 2, 1, King of Pentacles. The Court of Pentacles is frequently my favorite index. The Queen of Pentacles, the Knight, and a very jolly page. 10, that's really pretty. 9, 8, 7, 6, I could have gone Sesame Street. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then finally Wands. The King of Wands, the Queen of Wands, the Knight of Wands, the Page of Wands. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year. All right, this is a really pretty deck. Let's shuffle it up a bit. If I could turn back time, if I could find a way. Is this video gonna get blocked for my Cher impression? I hope I never watch this because I don't want to hear myself doing that voice. If I could read the stars, I'd give them all to you. It's really nice out today, and this is like the first day in ages I haven't felt like super depressed, so. I also just had a really lovely phone call. Hence my unusually jovial singing of Cher in dedication to the Queen of, what was it, the Queen of Cups? Queen of Swords? This deck shuffles really nicely because the cardstock is nice and thin. People get down on thin cardstock, but it shuffles rad, you know? Like, this shuffles really nicely. So... shuffling cards is so much fun. I remember way before I read tarot, I used to play solitaire a lot as the most boring kid alive, and I just loved shuffling. That's really how I learned to shuffle, was learning to play solitaire. So I don't think this is going to be remotely ugly out in a spread. There's our Wheel of Fortune card, which is, I'm going to zoom out a little bit more so I have a little more space to lay out 9 cards, which is how I like to see them. There's our sort of like darkly handsome magician. This has a lot of energy to it, doesn't it? There's like a real vibrance to it. I can probably zoom in just a skosh. It's really beautiful, and I think it's really gorgeous. And I think for folks who are maybe a little afraid of pip decks, or who find Marseille decks ugly, for those folks, I have been there with you. I used to find Marseille decks ugly myself. I do not anymore. But if you're interested in entering the world of pips, this is a deck I might consider. And I did. I got it on Amazon. It was a seller through Amazon, but it wasn't hard to find. I typed it in and found it. So look at that. I love this deck. So thank you to Wolf of Coins for not forcing me, but rather inspiring me to find this beautiful piece of art. You know, the cardstock is thin enough that theoretically you could Veronica Jude it, which I don't know that I've never done that to a tarot deck because it is a lot of work. But you might well want to. So this is the Polish tarot, Polski tarot, also known as the Aleksandra Jaśniak. So it says designed by Anna Galushka, and I wonder who the art is by. I probably should have, like, does that mean it was painted by, or like the card graphics? I don't know. Maybe someone knows. Anyway, that's that. Thanks for bearing with this unusually short video and my unusual silliness. Be good, and we'll talk soon.